Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Eric George. I'm excited to be with you today, and I hope and I know that you're going to be blessed by this episode. Today, we are answering your biggest questions about business and purpose. In one of our last episodes, we talked about how your business is not just about profit, it's about purpose. And after that episode, I know some of you may have a lot of questions, concerns, and honestly some fears. People just like you, kingdom entrepreneurs trying to figure it out. And now these are the kind of the questions that they have. Is my business really part of God's plan? What if I'm struggling? Does that mean I have missed it? How do I practically use my business to expand the kingdom? Now, what if I don't feel qualified? We feel that sometimes. How do I keep going even when the business is hard? Now, this episode is for you. If you have ever wondered whether your business is a calling or if you're struggling to see success and thinking about quitting, this episode is going to give you the clarity, the strategy, and the faith boost you need before you do it. Let's get into it. Now, these are the issues that we have. Why is business feeling harder than expected? For most people, assume that if God calls you into something, it should be a breeze. It should be easy. If God called me to do this, then why am I struggling? If this is my purpose, why isn't it growing faster? Maybe I got it wrong. Maybe I had God wrong. I should just quit. But let me ask you something. Was Joseph's calling easy? Yes, he had a vision from God. But before stepping into his purpose, he was betrayed, he was enslaved and imprisoned. And even in that prison, his purpose was still made manifest. Was David's calling easy? He was anointed as king, yes, but spent years running for his life before he ever saw the throne. Now, was Paul's calling easy? He spread the gospel, but also got shipwrecked, beaten, and thrown in prison, and eventually killed. Was Jesus' calling easy? Even though he was the Son of God, he faced rejection, suffering, and betrayal before his death and resurrection. Now, struggle is not proof that you miss God. Struggle is proof that you are in the process. You are deep in the trenches of being refined. Now, if you misunderstand this, you will quit when you are actually in the middle of your preparation. Your business is part of God's plan. This is the new belief system you need to cultivate. Let's address the big question. Is my business really part of God's plan, or am I chasing after money? Have you ever been accused of following money and chasing money because you have started a business? Because some of you may be separating your faith and your business, as if one is way more spiritual and the other is just secular work. As if God has called us to engage with some spiritual work and then secular work. That's a lie from the enemy. Why? Because Colossians chapter 3 verse 23 tells me, whatever you do, Eric, work at it with all your heart, as if working for the Lord, not for human masters. So everything I am involved in, either spiritual or whatever I call spiritual or material, I should do it for the glory of God. Because it is He, the Lord, my God, that gives me the power to produce wealth. Deuteronomy 18 verse 18. And then the Bible tells me, if you see a man skilled in his work, he will stand before kings. He will not stand before mere men. Your business is actually spiritual. Why? Because you are a spiritual man. You've been called by God to work in this ministry that is your work. The way you serve, the way you sell, the way you lead, and the way you operate is a kingdom tool. Your business is not just about making a living. It's about making an impact, and I dare say a generational impact. Now, you have clients. That is your ministry field. Your wealth that you generate from your business, it's a kingdom resource. The influence that you gain from running your business and from the money that you make, it's a platform for impact. So stop thinking of your business as just business. It is part of your purpose. It's part of the refinement process that God will use you to make you into who He has created you to be. Now, we have several action steps we need to take in this episode. So I want you to walk with me as we do them. We do some journaling and some declaration. Our first journal is for you to write down why you actually started your business. Consider, why did you even do it? What service were you trying to provide? What need were you trying to meet? And then write, how does this align with God's purpose for my business or for my life? And then let's do some declarations. And I want you to declare this boldly, with confidence, and with understanding, because your mind needs to hear. My business is an assignment from God. I serve with excellence. I lead with integrity. And I build for impact. Let's do that again so that your mind can understand. My business is an assignment from God. My business is an assignment from God. This podcast is an assignment from God. I serve with excellence. I lead with integrity. And I build for impact. Let's shift this frame of thinking of struggle. It means you missed it, because it doesn't. Just because it's hard, it doesn't mean it's not God. This is one of the biggest lies the enemy wants you to believe. If God is in this, it should not be difficult. I can say that. If God is in this, then it should be easy. My video should go viral. But that's not how it works. But listen, difficulty is part of the refining process. When I go through the difficulty of the work that I need to do, that's how I am able to trust in the Lord. How can I trust in the Lord if there was no testing and challenges along the way? My Bible tells that consider it pure joy when we go through many trials, tribulation, and temptation, because the testing of that faith produces perseverance. That means there is no perseverance that is going to be produced unless some testing has happened. Proverbs 16 verse 3 says, Eric, commit your work to the Lord, and your plans shall succeed. Your plans will be established. And then whoever can be trusted with just a little bit, also much will be trusted unto thee. When you are faithful in the things the Lord has given you, little as they are, you are building your capacity to be entrusted for bigger things, because it's not yet the season, because God is testing your faithfulness in this season. So don't quit. Grow through it. Action step number 2, another prompt that we have to write on your journal. Where have you been frustrated in your business? Ask this question. Is this a sign to quit or a test of your faithfulness? Because for sure, sometimes frustration and lack of success can call us to evaluate how we do business. It's probably time to move on to a different strategy or a different area or something else. Or it could be a test of your faithfulness. Now, I want you to make another declaration. Do not hold back when you make this declaration. I want to speak with confidence. I do not back down in hardship. I am faithful in the small, and God is enlarging my territory. I said, I do not back down in hardship. I am faithful in the small. God is enlarging my territory. Now, let's shift the frame and talk about 3 ways to build a kingdom business, even if it's hard. Number 1, stop measuring your success by money alone. Because you are a kingdom entrepreneur, you do not walk according to the standard of the world. Yes, money is good, and that's how we measure if we should stay in business. But that's not the only metric the kingdom is requiring to do in the kingdom. Kingdom success is measured by faithfulness, excellence, and impact. I said faithfulness, excellence, and impact. Money is the byproduct of your impact. Money is the byproduct of your service. People reward you when you serve them with a product or a service. Serve with excellence and provision will follow. In short, customer service. Action step number 2. Write this down in your journal. List 3 ways your business is impacting people. Listen to this, beyond money. List 3 ways your business is impacting people beyond money. When they come into your business, do they leave empowered or do they leave discouraged? My business is blessed. That is my declaration. I am a kingdom entrepreneur and my impact produces provision. Number 2, lead with integrity, even when it's hard. Your character in business matters more than your profit. This is your refinement. Bible says the integrity of the upright guides them, but the unfaithful are destroyed by their duplicity, by their deceitfulness. People should see Christ through the way you do business. Do not cut corners. Do not cheat them. Do not use wrong scales. Do not subvert justice, because the Lord is not pleased with either of them. Declare this or write this in your journal. What's the one way I can increase my integrity and excellence in my business this week? And then declare, I operate with integrity. I am trusted and favored and established by God. And then number 3, you move with boldness even when you don't feel qualified. You do not need to be qualified. You just need to be obedient. That is not the qualification for God for you to be qualified. Just God wants you to be obedient and move. Take a step of faith because He qualifies those He calls. The Bible says, for God has not given us a spirit of fear, but a spirit of power, love, and a sound mind. Now stop waiting for validation. Stop playing small. Take bold steps in faith. And action number 4, write this in your journal. What bold move am I avoiding? What bold move have I been avoiding to make in my business? And what fear has been holding me back? And after you have done that, declare this. I walk in boldness. I am anointed for business, and I take fearless steps of faith. And start cultivating ways in which you can do it, in which you can take bold steps for your faith. Have you been wanting to expand? This is the moment to consider, is this a call of God to build capacity? Now you may ask, and I want to ask you, so what? You heard all this. I have shared all this. But the question is, what are you going to do about it? You have 2 choices. 1, stay stuck, questioning if you heard God right, letting struggle make you doubt your calling. Or 2, step forward in boldness, committing to build your business as a kingdom assignment even when it's hard. Your business is not separate from your purpose. It is a tool for kingdom impact. So what? What are you going to do about it? I want you to journal this every day. I want you to think about this every day. I want you to serve your clients with this in mind. And until next time, stay rooted in your calling and let everything flow from that place. Because remember, in this podcast, we do not focus only on what we do. We focus on who we are, and from that place flows the actions and the purpose of our lives. Let's go. Let's build. God bless you all.